I wish you well. I need this space. 7 words that change everything. In part 1, we found 5 patterns hiding underneath the warmth. The uninvited rescue, selective memory, weaponized vulnerability, the public saint, and the guilt exit. If you haven't watched part 1, link in the description. This won't land without that foundation. But if you're here from part 1, you already have a face in your mind. Someone you've been calling just a bit much, or they mean well. Let's finish the audit. This is the response protocol. This is an intent audit. One principle governs everything that follows. You do not owe anyone an explanation for protecting your own peace. The entire machinery of weaponized niceness relies on you always explaining yourself, always justifying, always offering a reason they can argue with. The response protocol removes that. You're going to be calm, short, and unreactive, and it will disarm them completely. Not because you were rude, but because you gave them nothing to work with. Response 1, the uninvited rescue. 1 sentence. I appreciate the thought, but I need to handle this myself. No sorry, no softening. And the critical part, don't follow up. Don't check if they're upset. That urge is the dependency loop. You break it by not feeding it. They'll test you again within days. Same response. Same calm. The uninvited rescue only works when you accept the delivery, refuse the package 3 times, and the sender finds a new address. Response 2, selective memory. When they say, after everything I've done, the instinct is to list everything you've done in return. Don't. The moment you pull out receipts, you've accepted their frame, that the relationship is a transaction. That's their arena. Instead, I don't keep score with people I care about. If you feel this is transactional, that's worth talking about, honestly. This refuses the ledger entirely and reflects the problem back. 9 times out of 10, they won't take you up on that conversation. The sigh was supposed to do the work. When it stops working, they lose their primary currency. Response 3, weaponized vulnerability. If someone is truly in pain, you show up. But we're talking about vulnerability with perfect timing. The crisis that surfaces the exact moment you set a boundary. The response is a redirect. That sounds really heavy. Have you spoken to a therapist about it? That's compassionate, and it completely rejects the caretaker role. You're saying you care too much to pretend you're qualified to carry this. If the vulnerability is real, they'll consider it. If strategic, watch how fast the crisis resolves once it stops producing guilt. If someone's wound heals the moment you stop responding to it, it was never a wound. It was a tool. Response 4, the public saint. This isn't a sentence, it's a practice. Start documenting. Keep a private note of the moments that felt off, the exact words, the date. This breaks the gaslighting loop. When you read 3 months of entries and see the same pattern, the doubt evaporates, and stop matching their energy in public. Be neutral, not cold, neutral. When the gap between their performance and your neutrality becomes visible, you won't need to explain anything. Response 5, the guilt exit. When you create distance and they respond with devastating quiet sadness, here's the response. I wish you well. I need this space. 7 words, no reasons, no door left open. You will feel like a monster. That feeling is the guilt exit working as designed. Every favor, every sigh was building toward this moment, making leaving feel worse than staying. But guilt is not evidence you're wrong. It's evidence the dynamic worked. Real relationships don't have an exit fee. I wish you well. I need this space. Protect the silence. Some of you didn't just recognize someone else, you recognized yourself. That's not shame. That's the beginning. Patterns learned can be unlearned. An intent audit doesn't just audit other people, it audits you too. Next episode, we're auditing overthinking. The reason you can't stop is not what you think. Subscribe. Psychology Grounded. See what's really going on.